Distractions cause destruction in relationships. Are there distractions in your relationship right now? How to avoid them, coming up right now.
Hi, loves.
What's going on, guys? This is Heath.
And it's Tracy.
And welcome to Joyfully Married After on
HeathandTracyTV.
Tracy and I have been married for almost 27 years. We have 4 children, lots of life experiences, and we've come to share them with you today.
So if you're just tuning in, it's your first time, please consider subscribing. So why do you want to avoid distractions in your relationship?
Because distraction leads to destruction.
It's going to do what? Kill,
Steal,
and
destroy. You don't want that.
Yeah. So we came up with this because there's a lot of distraction going on right
A
now.
lot of distractions in the world.
We got a new president.
We got all kinds of stuff going on in the White House.
All kind of stuff going on overseas.
The television is in the middle of the house every day.
Yeah, you got social media distractions, you've got kid distractions, you got all kind of distractions going on. And they can really, really affect your relationships.
So today what we want to talk about is the top ways to avoid distractions in your relationship.
And what we do.
So the number one distraction is being your own programmer.
Yep.
Well, the number one distraction is TV.
You think it's number one? I think it can be social media too.
Which is also TV. So the number one way you can avoid distractions in a relationship is be your own programmer. What we're talking about here is the data that you're intaking, right? So television, all kinds of things on the television these days, things that are going on in the White House, things that are happening globally. It's very easy to get distracted with that stuff. What you want to do is you want to be your own programmer, right? You can decide what you watch on Netflix, what you watch on Hulu, what you watch on YouTube. Program some things into your life that are going to help you, that are going to benefit you. Be your own television programmer.
I mean, the opportunity is strong. You've got DVRs now on DirecTV and all your different cable outlets. You've got Hulu, which you can watch whenever you get ready. And you've got Netflix, so you can actually sit down and binge watch with your spouse or your significant other at your directed
Yeah, lots of
time.
people are cord cutters, so they can determine what they want to watch based on what they have access to.
Don't come in and turn on the TV. It's a distraction. You don't need to. Put on some great music.
Yeah.
Put on some fun music. Right now we love Bruno Mars, so every now and then we'll turn on Bruno Mars. We like listening to a lot of Christian music, so we'll turn that on and scream and shout at the top of our lungs, singing and dancing. So those are some of the things that you
Number 2.
But I gotta get the news, baby. I gotta see what 45 is doing. I gotta see if we're going to war. I gotta get the news. I gotta see what's going on.
Yeah, you want to have one eye on the news. That should not be your primary thing.
I gotta.
Get the news from Twitter. Get the news in 145 characters. You know exactly what's going on in there.
I have been on Twitter like you would not believe, because I get the 140 characters. I read maybe one story. I see what's ranking or trending, as they like to call it. I can tell what's blowing up in the world. I can tell what 45 is doing. I can tell what's going on. I can even tell what's going on in my own state if I want to. My own town if I want to. I don't have to get the news from, I'm not going to say the different outlets. But let me tell you something about the news.
Real talk. It's filtered anyway, right?
They're only telling you what they want you to know.
It's filtered. Just like your coffee, when it comes through that filter, you're not getting all the coffee that's up here at the top. You're getting sort of the strained version of what's left.
And I hate to say this, but it's fake too.
It's fake and filtered.
Fake and filtered news.
Wow.
So if you are planning your evenings, sitting by the TV, trying to figure out if they're lying. They're all lies, guys. All lies. I hate saying that. But
Make
it's
your
so
own
true.
news.
My daughter is a journalist.
Make your own news.
And she will tell you the powers that be decide what they're going to tell you.
And how they tell it to you.
And how they tell it to you. And you know what? They get clearance from the other powers that be before they tell you anything. So don't believe any of it.
Don't be distracted by the news.
Don't be distracted by the news. By good, don't even get into it with your spouse. Like something came up this morning, a tragedy happened this morning. I just shared it with him to let him know what was going on. So if it was mentioned, you know. You don't want to be completely out of the know, because then people start to kind of wonder what's going on with you. But Twitter is great for news.
Yep, get it quick. quick.
Get it quick.
Get it gone.
Hit it and quit it.
So after you do those first two things, number 3, since you have newfound time and focus, maybe you should do some things that would be more beneficial for your life. Maybe start a hobby.
Yeah.
Maybe start a side business. Maybe there's a new book series that you've been wanting to get to, but you haven't created the time to do that. What other kind of things can we do, baby?
You can vlog.
You can vlog.
You could start a podcast.
Talk about what you're interested in.
That's my new favorite because when I sit at work, sometimes I do have busy work. I'm not in meetings or I'm not doing something that takes a lot of brain power.
Right.
I put on some of my favorite new podcasts and listen to them. If you haven't checked out podcasts or SoundCloud, oh my gosh, check it out. SoundCloud has some of the best new music you're not going to hear on the radio. And podcasts, they have a lot of great people on there sharing so much information.
Yeah.
There's more information out there than just TV.
Yeah.
There's more information out there than just your regular radio that you hear in your car and the talk radio there. There are regular people just like Heath and I that are out there sharing information. And you can really find some really cool things to listen to.
Yeah, and some things that align to your interests.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Now, Heath, I'll be honest with you. Heath and I do love our Game of Thrones.
We get a little Game of Thrones in.
But we don't live our lives by it.
Yeah.
It comes on a certain night on a certain network, and we go, okay, are we too tired to stay up for it? Yeah, sometimes we are. So you know what we do? We wait, go to bed. We deal with one another, and then we watch it together. We do that.
Yeah, we do that.
We do that.
And then what's so important about that is the engagement, right?
Yeah.
So, if you're watching a movie, so especially for people who are engaged in relationships, right? If you're watching a movie or if you're watching a television show, you're not engaged necessarily when you're doing that. Now you can stop it and that kind of thing if you have it on the DVR. Afterward engagement, right? We can talk about it. And what do you think about that scene, baby?
Yeah.
Oh, and that was cool when they did this and that and so on and so on.
Did you catch that?
Right. So this is the engagement that you really need when you're watching things together. You need to do that. It's not just the watching.
So don't let the television, don't let the news, don't let 45, don't let any warship going somewhere in the middle of the ocean somewhere, don't let the weather, don't let all of this distract you from your relationship.
Yeah. Program your life.
So thanks for joining us today.
Yes.
Please don't forget to like.
Yes.
Don't forget to subscribe so you can catch future stuff.
HeathandTracyTV.
HeathandTracyTV, Joyfully Married After. We talk about a lot of other things too. But don't forget, please subscribe and please like and comment. Let us know what else you'd like to talk about.
Stay connected to God, stay connected to your family, and stay connected to your spouse or your significant other.
Love you. Bye-bye.